Good morning folks, and welcome back to my channel. I'm on one of my favourite roads at the moment. I've been riding this road for 40 odd years and I love it, all the different seasons. It's only like a single track road, so you typically just get farm traffic going through it. But, yeah, so here we are in December now. Although it's been 3 or 4 degrees for the last couple of weeks, and suddenly the temperature's rocketed up and I'm a bit overdressed at the moment. So about 6 weeks or so ago in October, I took you out on another bike ride and a nice coffee, and explained that over the last year things hadn't really been going to plan. I'd had a back problem that had gradually started to hamper my activities, and to add insult to injury, we found out that the shop that I work in is going to close in January, and I was at that time trying to work out what I was going to do to move forward, if you like. So in this video I thought I'd give you a little update. So the back issue that I've got is a kind of age-related degenerative thing called facet joint syndrome, and of course I ignored it for months before eventually booking myself to see a physio. And whilst the condition can't be reversed or cured, if you like, it is possible to mitigate it to a fair degree. And so the physio's given me a load of exercises to do to boost my back and general core strength. So I've been doing between half an hour and 1 hour's worth of like flexibility and strengthening exercises for the last couple of months, and I must say these are making a bit of a difference. One of the problems that I had was standing up for 8 hours or so in my little outdoor gear shop was causing me quite a significant amount of discomfort by the end of the day, and by and large that's improved dramatically. Favourite stops, the Archive Cycling Cafe. I've just noticed the wind muff has come off one of the speakers or one of the microphones on my GoPro, so I've got no idea A, when it came off, and B, what the quality of the audio is going to be like on this video, but never mind. So as I said earlier, the physio is beginning to have an effect. It will take about 6 months before it's sort of fully kicked in, and the idea is I lift progressively heavier and heavier weights, but at least it's got me to the point where I can stand for 8 hours a day in the shop and not be completely floored by it. This makes it a bit of a shame that my little shop's going to close down. So having now been made redundant out of blacks and transferred to millets and now get made redundant again, this time round I've decided to take the redundancy and retire early. So where does this leave my plans for next year then? I've done a little bit of thinking and come up with a few things that I'm interested in doing. So from mid-January onwards I'm going to be pretty time rich, and I've decided for the remainder of the winter and the early spring I shall be focusing mostly on getting my back strength up. So I shall be probably riding my bike every other day for about an hour and a half, going out for a walk just locally for about an hour on the other days, and carrying on with 5 days a week of flexibility and strength training of half an hour to an hour a day. Depending on what the weather's like in January, I might try and sneak in a local wild camp if it snows or you get a really frosty day or something like that. So by the time the mid-spring comes round, I'm pretty well back to normal functioning, and I'm able to do a mountain walk and normal wild camping. So I quite fancy, I haven't been to the Brecon Beacons apart from a very short trip in the middle of the summer this year. I'm sort of keen to get back there, although if we do get a dump in the snow in January I won't be able to resist the temptation and I shall end up going down there and having a little walk. On the astrophotography front this year it's been a little bit of a disaster. There've been an awful lot of clouds this year, particularly at the moment. I think for the next 2 weeks, for example, there's appears to be a 2-hour slot where it's not cloudy. So that's made life very difficult. Added on to that is the fact that my kind of main astro rig weighs about 20 kilos or 18 to 20, and yeah, that's a little bit painful for me to drag outside. By the time the spring comes around, I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue, and hopefully some of the clouds will have gone away. But I've kind of got a little plan to increase the amount of time and opportunity that I have to go outside and do some astro. Not working is of course an immense help, because it means you don't have to worry too much about whether you're going to bed too late. So that's one thing that should improve the number of nights that I get out. But the other thing is making the most of the multiple nights where you only get like a 1-hour slot where you can go out, and it's not really worth dragging your main rig out for that. It takes half an hour just to set it up. So yeah, so what I've done is I've bought or ordered a smart telescope. It's the cheapest one on the market, and it's called a C-Star S30. 3 of my YouTuber friends might want to cover their ears at the moment. One of them's Ollie over in Australia, and the other 2 are Doug and Lance in the USA. And these 3 are all incredibly talented astrophotographers, way better than I am with my kind of ham-fisted processing. I'll put videos for links to recent-ish videos for these 3 guys, and you can see what proper astrophotographers do. The idea of a smart telescope for them probably makes them want to jump into a hole and hide. The one that I've ordered won't take pictures anywhere near as good as the setup that I've got, but it's got 2 big advantages. One is it's set up in less than 5 minutes, which means that you can at least take advantage of the fact when there's only a 1-hour sort of clear spell. The other thing is it's super small, and this enables me to take it away with me, and I'm hoping to get to some dark sky areas, do a bit of camping and set this thing up, and it might be that the dark skies help elevate the quality of the picture that comes out. So overall my hope next year is to get more nights out doing astrophotography, get quite a lot of cycling in, get back to mountain walking and wild camping. Yeah, so I'm quite positive looking next year, although this year kind of hasn't really gone to plan. Should be kind of quite exciting times ahead. So I hope those of you who've got this far in this video have had a relatively successful year this year. I'll wish you all a Merry Christmas now, because I don't think I'll be putting another video up before Christmas, and all the best in your endeavours next year, whether they be personal or professional ones. So I'm going to finish my coffee off now and have a bimble off back home. Take care.